This is the book of Isaiah 45 and verse 7. I form the light, I create peace. I form the light, I create darkness. I make peace, I create evil. I, the Lord Yahweh, does all these things. Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Karadash. Shalom to the elders, Wa'akim, Wa'akwaf. And the Heavenly Father, true name is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Ba'ashem, in the name of Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Those are their true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the Lashwan Kadash, the whole tongue. And once again, I say Shalom to the elders, Wa'akim, Wa'akwaf, and I say Shalom.
At 5:38 p.m. this evening, Austin Travis County EMS, as well as the Austin Fire Department and the Austin Police Department, received a 911 call reporting a vehicle that had crashed into the emergency room at St. David's, North Austin. Upon arrival of units, a level 4 mass casualty incident was declared, which indicates that there may have been upwards of 10 patients on the scene of the incident. Multiple units responded from across the city of Austin and the surrounding areas. On arrival, we discovered 5 patients on the scene. Of those 5 patients, one individual was pronounced deceased on the scene of the incident after being extricated from the vehicle by the Austin Fire Department. An additional 4 patients were transported to area hospitals. Of those patients, 2 pediatric patients and 1 adult were transported to Dell Children's Hospital. One of those pediatric patients was in critical condition. In addition, 1 adult patient was transported to Round Rock Medical Center in critical condition. Upon stabilizing the incident, our resources transitioned into supporting St. David's North Austin Medical Center. An additional 8 patients were identified that required transport to other area hospitals. At this time, we have multiple resources on the scene, including our medical ambulance bus, which is preparing and coordinating with St. David's North Austin Medical Center in preparation for their transport in the coming minutes and hours. With this, I'll turn this over to Assistant Chief Thayer Smith from the Austin Fire Department.
Thank you, Chief. Austin Fire Department units initially arrived and began an assessment of the scene. They did initial triage of the patients that were involved. They also did extrication of the vehicle and started with the hospital staff with CPR on that patient. That's a patient referred to that was ultimately pronounced deceased on the scene in the hospital ER. From that point, we just assisted with the operation to identify patients, continue the triage, and support the other agencies as needed.
I'm just going to step in real quickly before Dr. DeYoung speaks. The Austin Police Department has vehicular homicide detectives on the scene, and they are investigating the cause. So just so you all know, we're not going to be able to speak to anything that would involve the investigation. Dr. DeYoung?
I'm Dr. Peter DeYoung. Just want to thank all of you for being here. All of you, everyone, for the quick response. As everyone has described, we had a tragedy happen with the vehicle entering our emergency department. The driver, as was mentioned, is deceased, was treated by our emergency department team. We did have 4 other people that were in the lobby that have been transferred to other facilities, and another that was treated here. Obviously, this is a big deal. We have 8 patients that are queued up to go to other facilities just so that we can better regroup. We are so thankful that the building itself appears to be in good condition, and there's been no impact to operations outside of the emergency department at all. The emergency department right now is closed to ambulances, EMS. We would be able to handle walk-ins, and we're hoping to kind of regroup here over the night and see where the morning leads us. But just thank you, everybody, for your support.
Okay, we can take some questions.
Just to confirm, the driver was the one that did asking after CPR.
That is something that's going to have to be determined by the police department in their investigation.
He did just say that, though, so it's reportable in terms of, he just said it was the driver that was the one that was deceased.
Thoughts?
I'm sorry, I did not hear the question.
It was just said that the driver was the one that was deceased, so we're just confirming that because it was just said.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
I have a question for the doctor. If maybe you could just
talk on more subjectively about seeing all these, you work at a hospital to see all these first responders come together to tackle this, how that just feels?
It's amazing to see. I left the facility just 15 minutes before this occurred, to then turn around and come back and see the response, to see the number of vehicles, to see things were already, everyone is being cared for, and it was amazing. To have it under this circumstance obviously is tragic.
You've got folks behind them, trying to help responders that they're having emergencies to get in for people that are walk us through what
Yes. Right now we're setting up an alternate kind of entrance triage area where the ambulance bay is for us to treat patients there. We are in the process of sending patients away so we can better manage that. And then we're not taking any ambulances. Staff member, I can't answer that one. I'd have to check.
Can anyone talk about the damage to the building itself and how that might impact the days ahead?
There is damage to the outside, to the doors of the building. There was an aquarium inside. If there's any pictures that are out there of water, that was due to the aquarium. We feel very fortunate at this point. The preliminary report is that the facility is in good condition.
Anybody else?
How many people were hurt?
I would say at this point we have 5 people injured and the deceased. There may be other people, but that's what I can confirm at this time.
And so just to be really clear, when you say those 5 people, those were being ones involved in this incident in particular, each others are still being treated separately?
Absolutely, that is correct.
And of those 5, one is deceased.
Yes. One is deceased. 5
No, they okay.
5 injured.
5 injured, one deceased.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
One more time. One more time.
Yes. There is one patient that is deceased, 5 injured. 4 were sent to other facilities.
And the other 8 that you guys were reporting was?
The other 8 patients have been sent to other facilities. They were already being cared for at our facility. So they're being moved just to allow us to decompress the emergency department.
But they weren't hurt?
Correct.
Okay.
Of those injured children,
Correct.
2 people are critical. We know it's near fatal status.
I can't,
Two of them were critical, right?
Of the 4 patients that were transported, 2 were adults and 2 were children. 1 child was transported with critical life-threatening injuries. 1 adult had serious, potentially life-threatening injuries. The other 2, the other child and the other adult that were transported, had non-life-threatening injuries. Cool. Thanks, you guys, for your time.
It's not going to be discussed even at all?
That will be up to the Austin Police Department.
Preliminary information?
That will be up to the Austin Police.